Hello students, I am Kavita Singh from Samarpan Gyan School, and today we will continue our 6th standard science chapter number 5, separation of substances. And today's topic is evaporation and condensation. In a short form, we can say that when the liquid is changed to a gas, it is called evaporation, and when the gas is changed to a liquid form, it is called condensation. Just opposites here. Means when the liquid change into gas and gas change into the liquid. There are two processes. The first process is liquid change into gas is called evaporation, and when the water or means gas change into the liquid form, it is called condensation. Now we will learn more about the evaporation. Evaporation is used to recover a solid substance from its solution. Evaporation can be made quicker by heating the solution. Now in this picture you can observe that the sun gives heat to the water and water start changing into gas. So this process is called evaporation. What you see in this picture, you can see a pan and something is changed into the gaseous form. Now when we give heat to the pan and suppose water in it, so what's happened when we give them heat? It will be changed into vapor, and this process is called evaporation. Means evaporation is the process of converting liquid into gas. Okay, liquid into the gas or vapor by increasing temperature or pressure of the liquid. This process is often used to separate salt from seawater. You can see here, this is the salt pits, and these pits are called evaporating ponds. These salt pits are called evaporation ponds. Evaporation ponds are constructed and salt water is allowed to stand these. Okay, we leave this water in the ponds. So what's happened? After some time, the water gets evaporation and leave behind the salt. You can see in the picture easily, there is the salt is only left and all water gets evaporated. So common salt is separated from this mixture upon further purification. Now our next topic is evaporation. Evaporation, the process of changing water from a liquid to gas. Right? Now vapor is the name of for water is gas form. Means vapor means when the water change into gaseous form, it is vapor. Heat from the sun causes water on the earth's surface to evaporate more rapidly. Means sun gives us heat to evaporate the earth's surface water rapidly, means very fast. Now in this activity we can learn that how can we obtain salt from the seawater. In this diagram you can see this is the China dish or evaporating dish. Okay, this is the evaporating dish, and in evaporating dish we can take the salt solution. Salt solution means sodium chloride solution, mixture of sodium chloride solution. and we can take water in a beaker, normal water. Okay, we can take normal water in a beaker and give them a heat with the help of Bunsen burner or sprit lamp. So what's happened going on when we give them a heat? So all water gets evaporate and escape from the beaker and dish, and only salt is left here. So this salt can be this can be purified using some methods. Now condensation. What you see in your screen, you have seen droplets of water from falling the glass of window, right? And you can see also observe that there are the small water droplets on the glass window, right? So this process, when the water droplets are on the glass window, it is a condensation. It is an example of condensation. So we can learn that how can it's done, how can it's going on. So here I will give you example. Suppose you have a cold water in a glass, this, and you can also see that there are the ice cubes are there inside. So water is very cold, that means surface is also cold, glass surface is also cold, and uh, here is the warm and moist air around the glass, means all sides they have a moist air. So when the cold surfaces come to the contact of warm and moist air, it will be changed into the liquid, and this process is called condensation. Okay, again the water drops on the outside of the glass is brought below the dew point temperature of the air, which causes water vapor present in the air to condensation in onto the glass, the form of liquid. Okay, clouds are formed by the process of condensation. Water vapor in the air gets cooled. Water vapor in the air gets cold and change back into liquid, forming clouds. Okay, means with the process of condensation, clouds are formed. In water, the universal solvent. What is the meaning of universal solvent? First, even though water can dissolve number of substance and solution in it, means more things are dissolved in the water, right? So water can dissolve many kinds of substance. That is why water is a commonly called universal solvent. Okay, means water can dissolve many things in it. That's why water called universal solvent. Water's ability to dissolve many things, good and bad property. Good property means they can dissolve salt. For example, we can obtain salt from the sea, right? So it is a good quality. And bad means they can also dissolve toxic chemicals in it. Okay, so these had a good and bad property also. The substance which dissolve in water are called soluble, and those which do not dissolve is called insoluble. Means some substances are dissolved, mixed into the water, and some are not mixed into the water. Which substances are mixed into the water, they are called soluble. They are called soluble. And which substance which are not mixed into the water, they are called insoluble. Okay, they are not mixed into the water, they are called insoluble. And here you can learn about the saturated solution. A saturated solution means an unsaturated solution. So saturated solution, uh, for example, if we continue to add increasing amount of salt in the water, we can add or mix salt in a water. Okay, so what's happened? So it will be dissolved. There will become point that the salt will not dissolve, not get mixed with the water, and instead depose at the bottom, at the point, right, bottom of the point. We say that the solution has become saturated. This solution has saturated it now, incapable of dissolving any more of the given solute, which is in the case of salt. Okay, means we can take water in a test tube, okay, and add some salt in it. What's happened? It will be dissolved. Again we can take salt and dissolve it. So what's happened? It can be dissolved again, right? And one point is come when the salt is not dissolved in water. So we heat the uh, test tube. When we heat them, this is dissolved. The salt dissolve completely, and repeat similarly addition of salt and shaking of solution after some time. You will find that the added salt remain dissolved, the undissolved salt settled down. All uh, undissolved salts are here in the beaker or test tube. So it is saturated solution. Unsaturated solution means more solvent dissolves, means we can add more solute, we can add more solute, and it is not stop to dissolving it, means it's continue dissolve the solute. But here one point is come when the solute is stop to mixing water. Now using more than one method, sometimes we use more than one method for separation, right? For example, when we cook the rice, first we clean it with the help of hands. We can do hand picking for removing stone and any sandstone. Okay, after then what we do, we will wash the rice, means we can use sedimentation and decantation. After washing we can cook the rice. So we use two methods here. First is hand picking and second is washing, means decantation and sedimentation. And another example is how can we obtain clear water from the salt solution. Here is salt solution. We can take salt solution inside of the kettle, okay, and give them the heat. When the waters get evaporated, and with the help of any plate, and on the plate we can put the ice, so what gas will be cooled and it will be changed into the liquid. So here is, we can use two method. First is evaporation, because water is changed into the gaseous form, so it is evaporation, and gas is changed into liquid, so it is condensation. We can use two methods here to collect the pure water from the salt water. Okay, so it is also a separation method. We can use sometime more than a one or two methods for taking out the some useful things. I hope you can understand everything today's topic from today's topic. So thank you, bye bye, we will meet in the next class.